Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful village nestled among green hills, lived a young woman named Sarah. Sarah was a kind and gentle soul, with bright eyes and a warm smile. She lived with her husband, Michael, in a cozy little house with a garden full of colorful flowers. Michael was a strong and hard-working man, and he loved Sarah very much. They had a happy life together. They enjoyed simple things, cooking meals, taking walks in the village, and talking about their dreams. Their home was filled with laughter and love. Sarah knew that Michael had been married once before. His first wife, Emily, had left many years ago. Michael rarely spoke of her, and Sarah never asked. It was a closed chapter in his life, and she respected his silence. They had built their own story, a story of two people finding comfort and joy in each other. Life in the village was slow and calm. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Sarah and Michael felt content. They thought their life would continue just like this, peaceful and happy. But one day a letter arrived, a letter that would change everything. This letter was the first hint that the past was not as far away as they thought. This letter held a secret that would test their love and their understanding of each other. The letter that arrived was from Emily. It was a simple letter, but it shook Michael and Sarah's peaceful world. Emily wrote that she was coming back to the village. She didn't explain why, but she said she needed to see Michael. Michael became quiet and withdrawn. He didn't know what to say to Sarah. Sarah, though worried, tried to be understanding. She knew Michael had a past, and she wanted to support him. But inside, she felt a growing fear. What would Emily's return mean for their life together? As the days passed, the village buzzed with whispers. Everyone remembered Emily. She was a beautiful woman with a strong spirit. People wondered why she had left, and why she was coming back. Michael spent many hours alone thinking. He remembered his life with Emily, the good times and the difficult times. He had built a new life with Sarah, a life he cherished. But Emily's return brought back old feelings he thought he had buried. One afternoon, Sarah and Michael were walking in the garden. Sarah saw the sadness in Michael's eyes. She gently asked him, "Michael, what are you thinking?" He hesitated, then said, "I don't know, Sarah. I just don't know." He told her about his memories of Emily, how they had loved each other, but also how they had argued and grown apart. He explained that her leaving had caused him great pain, but that he had found peace with Sarah. Sarah listened carefully. She understood that Michael was not trying to hurt her. He was simply trying to understand his own feelings. She took his hand and said, "Michael, we will face this together. Whatever happens, we will be strong." Then one sunny morning, Emily arrived. She was still beautiful, but she looked tired. She went straight to Michael and Sarah's house. Sarah invited her in, and they sat in the living room. There was an awkward silence. Then Emily spoke. She explained that she had been very sick, and she had realized that she needed to make peace with her past. She wanted to apologize to Michael for leaving, and she wanted to see the village again. Emily's words surprised Sarah and Michael. They had expected anger or sadness, but instead they saw sincerity. Emily told them that she was not there to take Michael back. She was there to find closure. This revelation brought a wave of relief, but also a new set of emotional challenges. Sarah now had to navigate her feelings of jealousy and fear, while also trying to remain compassionate to Emily. Michael had to balance his past with his present, and make sure that Sarah knew that his love for her was true. Over the next few days, Emily spent time in the village, she spoke to old friends, and she spent time with Michael. Sarah, while still holding some reservations, began to see that Emily was a different person. She was a woman who had learned from her mistakes, and who wanted to make amends. The tension in the house was thick, but there was also a growing sense of understanding. All three of them were trying to find a way to move forward and to heal. The most intense moment came during a quiet evening. Emily had decided it was time for her to leave. She was saying her goodbyes to Michael and Sarah. As they stood in the living room, a sudden wave of emotion washed over Michael. He looked at Emily, then at Sarah. He realized that he had been trying to hold on to the past, while neglecting the present. He understood that his heart truly belonged to Sarah. He took Sarah's hand and looked into her eyes. "Sarah," he said, his voice filled with emotion, "you are my life. You are my present and my future. I love you." Emily, seeing the sincerity in his eyes, smiled sadly. She understood that she had come too late. She had come to find peace, and she had found it. But she also realized that Michael had moved on. At that moment, Sarah had to make a crucial decision. She could choose to hold on to her fear and resentment, or she could choose to forgive and embrace the present. She looked at Emily and saw a woman who was also hurting. She saw a woman who was trying to heal. Sarah then turned to Michael and squeezed his hand. She said, "Michael, I love you too. And I forgive you." This act of forgiveness was the turning point. It was the moment when the past was finally put to rest, and the future was embraced. This was the moment where they all had to choose between holding on to the past or moving into the future. After that emotional evening, a sense of calm settled over the house. Emily, seeing the love between Michael and Sarah, knew it was time for her to leave. She thanked them for their kindness and understanding. She said she had found the peace she was looking for. She had learned that forgiveness was possible, and that moving on was a strength, not a weakness. She embraced them both, a genuine, heartfelt hug, and then she left the village. Michael and Sarah were left alone, but they were not the same. They had faced a difficult challenge, and they had come out stronger. They talked for hours, sharing their feelings and their fears. Michael reassured Sarah that his love for her was unwavering. Sarah, in turn, expressed her gratitude for his honesty and her commitment to their future. They began to rebuild their lives, but with a deeper understanding of each other. The air in their home felt lighter. The tension was gone, replaced by a renewed sense of love and trust. They spent more time together, enjoying the simple pleasures of their life. They walked in the garden, cooked meals, and talked about their dreams, but now there was a quiet confidence between them. They had weathered a storm, and their bond was stronger than ever. They realized that facing difficult situations together could make their love even more resilient. And so, Michael and Sarah continued their life together, with a deeper understanding and appreciation for their love. They had learned that the past, though it can bring challenges, does not have to define the future. They discovered that forgiveness and understanding are powerful tools for healing. They realized that true love is not about erasing the past, but about building a strong and loving present. The village, too, returned to its peaceful rhythm. People spoke of Emily's visit with kindness and understanding. They saw that even after years, people can change and find peace. Sarah and Michael's house became a symbol of love and resilience. Their garden, with its vibrant flowers, seemed to bloom even brighter, a reflection of their renewed happiness. They lived their lives with open hearts, knowing that challenges would come, but that their love would be their anchor. They understood that love, forgiveness, and understanding could overcome any obstacle, and that true happiness is found in embracing the present and building a future filled with hope. They lived not just happily, but with a quiet and lasting joy. Thank you for listening to our story. We hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful for your English learning journey. If you like this story, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. Also, please share this video with your friends and family who are also learning English. Your support helps us create more content for you. We appreciate you being here.